Hello, and thanks for joining me. In this lesson, we'll dive into the essentials of security testing and its role in safeguarding applications and data. Whether you're new to software testing or an experienced QA professional, understanding cybersecurity is a must. Why? Because everyone in the tech industry plays a crucial role in protecting sensitive customer information. You don't want to be the person responsible for a cybersecurity incident. Let's start with some facts about the reality of security breaches. Over the past decade, the average cost of a security breach has increased by $1 million, now sitting at nearly $5 million per breach globally. In the United States, the costs are even higher, with regulatory fines reaching over $1 billion in some cases. High-profile companies have been fined for significant breaches, leading to reputational damage and financial loss. But don't just take my word for it. Feel free to fact-check this on Google. Security testing is a proactive step in identifying vulnerabilities and preventing breaches before they occur. As QA professionals, our role is to ensure software is not just functional, but also secure against potential threats. It's crucial to understand our responsibilities when it comes to cybersecurity. Many organizations have strict policies on data security and provide training to help employees grasp what's expected of them. The depth of this training to help employees often depends on your role, but as part of the QA team in software testing, you'll undoubtedly have a part to play in ensuring security standards are met. While you may not be involved in the highly technical aspects of security testing, there are basic checks you can integrate into your testing processes to enhance security and protect sensitive information. Let's begin by exploring vulnerability testing and understanding what we aim to prevent. Imagine each server in your network as a padlock securing valuable data. Now picture one padlock with a weakness. This represents a vulnerable server that hackers could exploit to steal sensitive information or install malicious software. To avoid such scenarios, we rely on security testing, a vital part of cybersecurity practices. Vulnerability testing specifically focuses on identifying weaknesses before they are exploited. Using specialized tools available on the market, vulnerability testing scans all servers in the network to detect potential risks. These scans help us identify common vulnerabilities such as outdated software that lacks necessary security updates, open ports that provide unnecessary access points for attackers, misconfigurations in server settings or software packages. Once these vulnerabilities are identified, QA teams and administrators collaborate with server and software owners to implement fixes, reducing the risk of breaches. Now we'll look at penetration testing, a vital component of security testing, designed to ensure that our defenses against cyber threats are robust. While vulnerability tests and code inspections help identify and fix potential weaknesses in advance, penetration testing takes it a step further by actively testing whether those measures are effective. This process involves employing ethical hackers to simulate real-world attacks on our network or servers. These ethical hackers work to uncover weaknesses or exploitable openings in our defenses. Often conducted in a controlled war game scenario, penetration testing typically brings together two specialized teams: the red team, responsible for simulating the attack, and the blue team, comprised of QA and cybersecurity professionals focused on defending against the threats. The interaction between these teams is critical. If vulnerabilities are uncovered during these tests, immediate action is taken to address them. Findings are also shared with the specialists who develop scanning tools, ensuring continuous improvement in the tools used for software testing and security measures. As already stated, we are merely scratching the surface of security testing, and there is so much more you could learn before you would fully appreciate it. For now, though, as software testers, it's enough that you have an awareness of its importance. However, there are two important steps you can take to help with security. The first of these is the management of user IDs, as they are critical components of a total security package. Let's find out why these are important. In this example, a computer system or application could consist of several functions or features that could be applied for each user, which are often evaluated during system testing. These are called user roles. Rather than directly linking a set of roles to an individual user, the roles are linked to a group, meaning any member of that group would inherit the permissions highlighted. In this case, the group is called Customer Service Representative, so that gives you a clue on the type of features they need for their day-to-day work. When any user has passed their basic security course, a system administrator will create a user ID and they would be linked to the group. Each ID is unique and allocated to one person only. We can see that 4 user IDs were created for the Customer Service Representative group. In this example, the selected roles are listed below the group to make them easy to see. These are the only roles they can perform on the system. Your job as a tester is to ensure that a customer service representative can do their job, but at the same time, they can't access features outside of their role, like creating a loan for a customer or changing other system users' passwords. It will also prevent them from accessing sensitive information they don't need to see. This is a good test of the application's security. Now let's look at other groups to see how they are different. Next is the supervisor role, and 2 user IDs are created for the 2 supervisors in the bank. You will notice that a supervisor can access more roles than a customer service representative, like applying credits on customer accounts and dealing with overdrafts, but they are unable to approve loans. That is reserved for a bank manager who can access any role except the roles reserved for a system administrator. The system administrator group is different. No customer or financial information is visible, but they can manage system users and passwords, as well as having access to database tables. As with the other roles, user IDs will be set up for both these groups. It's okay for testers to have more than one user ID to test these various group configurations, as this helps you to ensure that any user can only access the roles they are meant to have. Now let's take a brief look at passwords, a key item that needs to be part of your system testing process. Before we go into detail, please remember you are responsible for ensuring that your password is known only to you. So take care not to write it on a post-it pad on your desk. This was once a common practice, but I have not seen this happen for a while now, which shows that people are becoming more security conscious. System administrators are generally responsible for setting up password policies on the administration site, but as testers, you will need to test the configuration. This ensures that system users comply with password security requirements. The policy could include ensuring that all passwords are a minimum length, for example, 12 characters. But this example only has 5. Try again. Passwords contain at least 1 uppercase character. Wrong again. At least 1 number, but not sequential or the same, and 1 special character. For example, symbols like pound, dollar, percentage, and ampersand. Not quite right, but don't get disheartened. Most password policies follow similar rules, so make yourself aware of your company's policy. At last, we have a good password. Be careful not to use obvious passwords like your favorite pet or your mother's name, or have a password starting with a capital letter and ending with the number 1, followed by an exclamation mark. You would be surprised how common this is. Now go and look at your own passwords and ask yourself if they need to be more secure. That's all for now regarding security testing. But remember, passwords and user IDs are not our only line of defense. Applications usually sit behind a firewall, and you will need additional passwords or authentication tools. These restrict access to certain applications or server ports. You will need to get past these before using your user IDs to log in to your target application. All these aspects of system testing need to work together to create a robust security package. I hope you found this security testing tutorial useful. If you did, then click the like icon. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Your support really motivates us to create more free content. Everything on this channel is completely free and serves as a valuable resource for you to make your own. To keep learning and improving, follow this video link to another useful tutorial. This will help you master API testing for even more robust system testing.